You sound kind of Mexican, not German.
I know. I mix them all up. Russian. I'm like Russian.
Crazy Russian.
Oh, yes.
All right,
Let's
we're
see.
doing that.
What should this be? We were sitting on the front porch with the weather rolling in, laughing louder than the big south wind. You ran out to roll your window up, light rain falling in your hair, your tan legs checkered from a folding chair. And there's country music in the kitchen, I hear it singing through the screen, weather warnings in between. I'm glad you got out of the city, there's no telling what's in store along the 35 corridor. Kerosene to feed the flame, your effect is quite the same.
I thought there was a chorus to that, but apparently it's at the end of the song.
Who sings that? Jenny Chestnut?
No, Turnpike Troubadours.
Turnpike Troubadour.
Yeah, it's called Tornado Warning.
Sounds like it's apropos for today.
Yeah, well, the chorus, if we'd have got there 10 minutes later, is we're all waiting for the sky to fall.
Ah,
Yeah,
good.
I thought it would be good, but I didn't realize that it was 45 minutes long.
yeah. Ralph, just so you know, I have your old phone number, so that's not going to work. So you're going to have to text me probably a link to sign in from this message thing. Is that right? I think he's like,
And his screen is frozen.
why is his screen frozen?
I'm wondering if this is a function of Germany. Is this the Chinese
There he is. He's back.
blocking German signals?
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Is he secretly fighting for Ukraine?
He might be.
Uh-huh.
Him and Yoshchetsky or whatever his name is.
Solenetsky.
What's Blatsnet Nasny?
No, that's the Russians.
I'm getting it mixed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Ukrainians sound totally different.
Yeah, they do. I tell you what, I don't know what they think about these stuff, man. Now that is the worst.
I really do like that you mix in a little Mexican. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good.
I can't. If I try to do something, I get them all mixed up. And the one I can never do is British. I can do a little Ireland, like you can make your Ireland.
I've always heard if you want to do Australian,
Yeah.
to do Australian properly, all you do is at the end of every sentence go up, like it's a question.
Oh.
So you'd be like, "I washed my car today," and then it sounds like you're from. Well, there was Ireland. There.
I was gonna say your car
Yeah.
sounded like Ireland.
Yeah, but when you just end down the up, and then you're from Australia.
I knew there was a trick to all this. Just call my old number on Signal. Okay, I'll try
I
that.
see what you're doing here.
Wow.
I see how this works.
I feel like I'm tech savvy right now. Hold on, I'm gonna go on to Signal, and I'm gonna
like a Brian Regan skit.
yeah
I see what they're doing
I
here.
know what that I see.
Remove pastry from wrapper. Oh, I see what's going on here.
All right, I really it doesn't give me an opportunity to call. It has a camera button and an edit button. Okay. Find by phone number. Let's try that. Oh, man. Ralph, you're really confusing
So,
me.
while you're doing this,
Yes.
I'm a big fan of the Bearded Butchers.
Yeah.
I've learned how to cook meat out of there really well. And we have bought some of their spices.
Uh-huh.
Amazing. Wholehearted. They didn't pay us nothing endorsement.
Okay.
They started a podcast. They're terrible. So, like,
Hirschberger, Signal Audio.
I hear things happening.
Ralph?
Ralph?
Ralph, did you call us?
Ralph, are you with us?
Is this is on, right?
Yes, and I have it selected.
Well, what the? Oh, I heard
I
something.
heard something.
Ralph, you've been with us for 23 seconds. How about now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. The German stuff's backwards. You actually have to highlight the mute button in order to make it work.
Oh.
For real. So you're in, Ralph.
Sweet.
Oh, I love that sound. It's like German.
All right, try it again. Say sweet again.
Sweet.
And one more time.
Your mom.
That's good. That's good. It's going out there.
Say Hershey chocolate bar.
All right. Where'd your face go?
I had to turn it off. It wouldn't let me do a phone call and signal when I had the other one open.
Oh, well, that's lame. All right.
Yeah. You Germans really know how to torture people, but you can't get your Wi-Fi working right.
So
Signal's an American app.
whatever. You and your devil talk. So I can leave the meeting then for what you call?
Yeah, you can leave the meeting because I can't do both.
I'm glad we have this signal thing now that I'll call you like it. Well, let's see. What time would it have to be here for it to be 3 in the morning for
They're
you?
like 6 or 8 hours ahead of us.
9 o'clock.
All right, I'll call you around 5 o'clock.
Yeah, perfect.
9 o'clock at night if you want 3 o'clock in the morning here.
Oh, okay. I'll call you at 9 o'clock then.
So it's 6 hours.
Yeah. All right.
6 hours.
Sounds good. How are you doing, Ralph, in Germany?
Doing pretty good for the most part. Getting a lot of traveling. I mean, I haven't gone anywhere far, but there's a castle like that I can walk to from my house, and then there's like 50 other castles I can walk to within like 10 miles. So,
You know, if there's one thing that I know I'm missing in my life, it's castles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
agree.
I would be like, darn, I wish I could walk to a castle today.
Yeah.
you know what? If you had some around you, you would appreciate them. I can promise you that, despite all your snarkiness.
You know, one of the things I appreciate about you, Ralph, and your life is that when someone asks me, you know, what's going on, I usually tell them about work or about things that are really rough in my life. You sound like you're on vacation all the time. Like when someone says, hey, Ralph, what's going on? You tell us like you're on vacation.
I am on vacation all the time.
Well, that's because he's not allowed to tell us about his secret missions into Russia, where he's blowing up. What's her name's car?
I forgot.
Yeah.
I will tell you that my job is going to start getting really, really crazy here in the next week or two.
Yeah.
And I probably won't be reachable for like a month. But then, like November, December, I'm going to be on vacation like the whole time. I'm not really, but I'll have like a lot of free time. And then January through like all of next year, I probably will be very limited in my time off. So
See, that sounds kind of
Well,
conspiratorial.
it almost sounds like European countries understand Judeo-Christian values, and they take the end of the year and relax and count their blessings and do their Christmas and do all their stuff.
And then they work.
And then they work. It's weird.
yeah, the Christmas markets here in Germany, especially in Bavaria, are like the best in the world.
I bet. I would expect nothing less, really.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, Ralph, what's now that you're in Germany, what's German news telling us that's how horrible the United States is and how dumb we are and the things we're doing? Anything?
Not really.
No.
They're all concerned with NATO and Kosovo right now.
Really?
Not NATO. Ukraine and Kosovo.
Really? Why's that?
Because it's close to home for here.
Okay.
And in my job specifically, like the reason things are picking up is because anybody that deploys to either one of those places have to get certified through me and like where I work.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You should just send a certification to me and Matt, just so we can have one.
Yeah, you guys have to be qualified for the Army first, which, sorry, not qualified.
No, seriously, just send us a certification.
I wouldn't want to be qualified
No.
for the Army anyway. I'd rather
I
rather
don't
be.
think I'm qualified for the Army anymore.
I'd
I'm just
rather.
in it already.
How many pull-ups do you have to do for the Army?
How many what?
Pull-ups.
None. That's a Marine thing.
Oh, well then I'm gonna have to go in the Army because
We
my
we
bum shoulder.
do
Wait, the Army
push-ups.
sounded better.
You do
We do
push-ups?
push-ups.
How many you got to
Yeah, we do
do?
push-ups. Depends on like your age.
Okay, I'm
But
49.
you're like older than dirt. I think that you don't even have to do anything. They just expect you to
No,
like be able to breathe.
dude, I could do 80 push-ups if I was pressed right now. I could do 80.
Oh, then you'd pass the push-ups.
Okay.
I
You
can
got to
do
do a
80.
deadlift.
How much do I got to do on a deadlift? I'm not sure about that one.
That's not much. For the minimum is like if you have like a combat job is like 160
Oh
three
my
times.
goodness. Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay, I
That's
could do
the
that.
minimum. The
Oh.
minimum.
Okay. All right.
Like to max it out is really hard, but to do the minimum just to pass is not that bad.
Okay.
Um, you got to be able to throw like a medicine ball. I don't even know how far. It's a new test, but it's not very far.
Okay. I threw
You
shot
got to
put
be
in
able
high
to
school.
do. You got to do two hands, like when you like from seating, sitting down on your butt.
Okay.
Um,
I'll
then you
start
got to
training.
be able to do. It's easy. You got to be able to do a plank for 2 minutes
2 minutes for a
for,
plank?
for the minimum.
All right. I could do that probably if I had to.
And then let's see, well, how many things did I say? Like one, two, three, four. There's a sprint drag carry, which isn't really hard to pass, but it will wind you. And then there's a 2 mile run at the end.
I'm winded just listening to the list.
Suck it. Can I walk in that 2 mile run?
You can as long as you still meet your time.
Oh, okay. And what's the time?
7 days.
So yeah, it's pretty much 7 days. The new minimum is like 20 minutes or something like that.
For a 2 mile run?
Yeah, it's pretty much like a walk at that point, isn't
I
it?
could walk that whole thing in 20 minutes.
I think I can too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I only
Okay.
walk about 2 miles an hour.
I usually get like 15:30 on my 2 mile run.
Oh wow. Okay.
Not very fast. It's kind of chill.
Is it do you get points if you have angina during the run?
No, that's deducted from you.
Brian, this is a family show.
All right. I said angina.
Since when has this been a family show, man?
This is a family show. Can't just throw around angina.
That's true.
All right.
Let's get into business.
Business. Has anybody seen the Artemis rocket?
No, Ralph, have you seen the Artemis rocket?
What is it?
Artemis, our new rocket for the United States, our new shuttle.
Oh, no.
It's not even a shuttle. So
It's an Apollo 11.
I want it's Apollo 27. And seriously, this is all seriousness. So let's do this. We'll look it up.
I didn't even know that NASA was back in the business of sending shuttles up.
I didn't either, but apparently we want to go to the moon, and I think we're trying to race China there.
I don't understand this.
So we went to the moon, right? And we went to the moon, and then no, we didn't go to the moon, and then I'm back to, well, we went to the moon, and now seeing this rocket, I'm like, no, we've never been to the moon.
Okay.
Because we're trying the same old crap. Boy, I figured it would just come up. Okay.
You have to type in Artemis rocket to the moon. NASA. Oh, yeah. And NASA was actually in there.
Okay, here it is. So, are you looking it up, Ralph?
Ralph, you there?
Yeah,
Are you looking up Artemis? Oh, they got a
trying to, but I can't get my phone to go on speaker for some reason, so I didn't hear you.
Oh, okay. So, I'm going to do this. And then, okay. I see what's going on here.
They want me to press next.
They want me to hit these buttons. So, I show all that. Where is why the moon? Okay, there's a video about the moon. We're going to the moon. How? Okay, so this is on the top of it, all right? And it has solar panels now with this little rocket boostery thing. But in the front up here is the capsule, the Apollo capsule.
Okay.
Okay? And I'm looking at this and I'm starting to go, wait a minute. So we basically had a spaceship with a craft that looked like an airplane, had payload. We could carry large payloads. Um, I don't know how you want to say it. It
Yeah.
was like an advancement to me
Yeah.
in getting stuff into space and then
Right.
using it, right?
Right.
And now we're going back to the Apollo capsule to go back to the moon.
Right.
So all I can imagine is that the shuttle was a hunk of garbage in space.
Yeah.
Like, why does it have a rudder? I don't know. I think its flying capacity really was just to come back to Earth,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So it could land places.
Okay.
Because it's not really going to get used in space.
Uh-huh.
But then I don't understand this. To me, it's like a great leap backward. It's not very big. You can only put about 3 people in it.
Wow.
We're going to do the same tests all over again. We're going to do an unmanned flight, like when they put the monkey in it, but now it's not politically correct to put a monkey in it anymore.
Okay. All right.
So we're going to do an unmanned flight. Then we're going to do a manned test flight.
Okay.
And then we're supposed to go to the moon.
Why don't they, instead of doing an unmanned flight, why don't they put one of the aliens from Area 51 in there?
Right. And have him do it.
Yeah. At least that way we get some
Okay.
information.
So see that? See it?
Yeah.
This is, so here's the orange booster that we used for this. Like, that's different. We have the Siamese split off booster and then the giant
Right.
solid rocket booster.
Right.
But then up here, like this nose cone pops off, and then that thing with the solar panels,
Yeah.
it's in here. And then I want you to see it because it's so stupid. You're like, wait, this is how far we've come in 60 years of space travel and flight. Okay. Come on, show me the... They're so embarrassed they won't even show you.
Excuse me.
They're not going to show you the lander.
Didn't we see the lander back in that one before?
No, that's
Right
what
there. Wasn't that land? Didn't that land? See the one on the right? Isn't that landed?
No, I think this is a set-upable shelter.
Okay.
Okay, this is what they're going to live in.
Oh, they're going to be on the moon for a while.
Yeah, like this is going to be their headquarters.
Oh, so they're not just going to step down one small leap and get back on and be out of there.
Well, because the Chinese are threatening to go there.
Okay.
So I think we're aiming to be up there in a more permanent. Where is this thing?
You there?
Yeah, we got your back.
My bad. I bumped the end button.
No, you're good. You're good. We just been talking spaceship stuff.
Nice.
What I don't understand, Ralph, is it basically is the Apollo missions back over again, and I find it weird that that's what we're taking to the moon again.
Yeah.
And it makes
did we ever actually go to the moon?
See, I'm back to thinking that we didn't. Like when I see this crap
such a
from
hater.
NASA, I start to go, no, I don't think we went to the moon. Because we're trying to do the same junk. Okay, so I'm talking with my neighbor across the street. I'll go back to a camera with us on it. I was talking to my neighbor across the street, and we were talking about this. And I said, if you want to know what I think happened,
Yeah.
I think that Kennedy said we got to go to the moon. There was no way we were going to make it in time.
Yeah.
We thought we had a plan. We thought we could do it.
Yeah.
But we weren't going to make it by his deadline because he wanted to go by the end of the decade.
Uh-huh.
Okay? So 1969, they have to make a movie because they're not ready.
Right.
Apollo 13, the one that had a lot of problems, and they were able to they flew around the backside of the moon
Right.
and came home, but it was the, not Tom Clancy.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks movie,
Yeah.
Apollo 13.
Yeah.
I think that was us going, okay, now we can do it. Like, we're ready now. But it was riddled with problems.
Right.
And so it was like, okay, we can't we got to fix that.
Yeah.
So then we decided that, like, low Earth orbit or high Earth orbit, low space orbit is what we're going to do for now. So we got space stations, and I mean, we have to build everything so we can monitor and spy on everybody. And,
Right.
and now we've done that, we're going back. We're going to go back to the moon because we really want to go to Mars.
Yeah.
But we're going to try and go to the moon first. But we had to go back to what we knew
Right.
to put us back on the moon.
That
Like
doesn't
the
seem.
thing is not big. The thing is not big. Like where, like even that little thing that I said is like their hut.
Yeah.
Their
Right.
where's that get up going?
They're just
In
sleeping
that capsule.
They're lucky if they're sleeping in it.
It's in that little capsule.
Yeah. Well, you know the big movement for people to build tiny houses now?
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole idea. They're getting people to downsize because when we get to the moon, you're going
Tiny
to live.
space capsules.
Yeah, you're going to live in it.
Tiny. I see where you're at. That's
This is
pretty
key.
ingenious.
I
Well,
don't know why I'm on this show sometimes. You guys are crazy even for crazy.
Ralph, this is true, serious stuff. You can't deny this. And you're the hater that said we didn't go to the moon.
Well, that's because that's pretty realistic. But the tiny houses is why we're the movement for tiny houses for Mars. Are you kidding me?
Ralph, the writing's on the wall, dude.
No. The real reason that they want people to live in tiny houses is because they want to take everything you own if you live past, getting the vaccine.
Yeah.
And they want you to be able to live in the smallest footprint possible and eat the least amount. You're basically a goat.
Yeah.
We're going to be human.
No, that makes sense at least. Thank you for someone.
We're going to be human goats.
I don't like being disrespected on this show, Ralph. That other people's weird, zany stories make sense, but mine, for some reason, they do not.
Oh, I love you.
I know. All right. Well, so if we do go to the moon, here's the thought. Do you think they're going to make contact with the other people that live on the moon?
Moonshins?
Yeah.
Not Martians, but Moonshins?
Moonshins.
Moon peeps?
That's people from Munich are Munchins.
Because we know according to those pictures that we've seen all over the internet that there are bases on the moon.
There's supposed to be a base on the moon, yeah. Even though I'm really doubting that we've got that.
Yeah, I don't think there's one there either.
Yeah.
But we'll see. And this takes us back to man. So in Genesis chapter 11, Nimrod was trying to build a tower or a ziggurat, which is some kind of a temple to bring the gods down. And I think man has never stopped trying to get out from underneath the curse and to try to become God ourselves. And this is just where it leads us to. I don't think there's anything wrong with innovation in science, but this is man's pride and arrogance taking us to the next step.
Yeah.
I think it just keeps going.
Yeah.
So they've decided, hey, we had to take a break for a while to get our stuff together until we got some new technology and those kind of things, but we're back at it again.
Yeah. Are you getting attacked by a dog, Ralph?
That's my Weimaraner upstairs barking like a jerk. I don't know. She's annoying.
Wow. Does she appreciate it when you call her a jerk?
She is one. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
She probably doesn't care either way.
Well, Ralph, what's been going on? We're going to get into some other topics here, but Ralph, what's been going on in your life as far as, like, now that you're in Germany?
Did you get your gut fixed?
Yeah, did you get your gut fixed and all that stuff?
No, I have an appointment on the 12th.
Okay. And they don't know anything, right?
They don't know yet. No, they're gonna do some stuff.
Some stuff.
Some stuff for over 40-year-olds.
Like a colon sakatumi?
Where they go in both ends,
Oh,
top and bottom.
You don't want the bottom side one. That gives you cancer.
it does.
If I already have it, I don't think it really matters, right?
Oh.
Well, maybe the cancer's already set in.
Go ahead. Have it again. Do it again.
Try it again. Poke it one more time.
Oh, man. Well, Ralph, I'm sorry that you got to go through all this junk. So the meat diet isn't helping because you said it was relieving some of those symptoms.
It was, but then I moved to Germany, which, I mean, they have...
They have cakes and pastries and...
Maypoles.
Well, not only that, but like UNESCO World Heritage Sites, right? Like historic sites.
Sure.
So,
We'll go with that.
Globalist Barks got it.
Yeah, the bread of Germany is its own World Heritage Site. They have over like 500,000 types of bread in Germany.
Wow.
So it's just hard to I can't live in Germany and not eat bread.
We feel your pain, Ralph.
I'm back to being like a German. Last time I was living here, I was eating like they can cook pig 1,000 different ways. They got crazy amounts of bread, and they got good beer. So there's no way I could do no. I could do no vegetable diet, but I can't do I can eat meat and potatoes and beer.
I happen to
Bread.
know. I know they eat cabbage.
Yeah.
They do. That's more like northeastern.
Yeah, well, those are the
Like
ones
by
that can't.
Poland?
Those are the ones that can't poop.
That'll help you.
Yeah.
The cabbage will.
But I eat cabbage. I have cabbage here. Yeah, I do like stuffed cabbage and I don't know. I cook. Steph and I have been cooking a lot of really good German meals since we moved here.
Okay. Well, the best of luck to you, Ralph. We hope that this is my pastoral shepherding side coming out.
We were talking about this earlier. Wait, did you feel the compassion come off that, Ralph?
I did.
Yeah.
Is Brandon still doing his?
We've lost touch with Brandon. As you can see, it's just me and Matt here today.
He's gone off the ranch.
He's gone off the ranch. Not in a bad way.
Is he not showing up?
No, he took a break today. He took a break last week too, so he's taken 2 breaks the last couple weeks. But he'll probably be back. No, as far as I know, he's still doing his meat thing. He may cheat a little bit. Although I think if he were here today, he would admit this, but even when he was doing the meat thing, he was starting to drink a lot of milk because he really likes milk. And I tried to tell him that there's as many carbs and sugars in milk as there is probably in a loaf of bread, but he likes his milk.
I told him too.
So he was drinking milk. But other than that, I think he's been pretty strict as far as just doing
good.
meat. Yeah.
I've been pretty strict
I
on
did
my
feel
diet.
better.
Oh, you did?
You did feel
I did
better.
feel better when I was on it. But what did you say about your diet? I didn't mean to cut you off.
I just said I've been doing really good on mine.
And is that the seafood diet or?
Yeah, I eat what's in front of me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No, it's not true.
He tries to lower the carbs to a degree.
I've been doing okay.
Yeah, he has been doing better, he said.
I'm somehow still getting fat.
I can't lose
Are you
weight
still on
either.
the soy diet?
No, it's not a soy diet.
No, not you. I meant the other one.
Our favorite soy boy.
No, I don't.
Soy boy.
I don't drink soy milk. I drink almond milk if I do that. And I haven't been eating tofu. I've switched, and I'm back to eggs and meat. But I try to only eat like once a day, like just some meat or eggs once a day. And then I still try to go more vegetables and fruits and things like that. I'm just so sick.
Like edamame?
No, I don't eat that stuff. That's soybeans. Yeah.
I
eat
know.
that.
That's why I said that.
He's
Yeah.
trying to trick you.
I know. He always trying to trick me.
He's trying to lead you in.
No, I don't do that because I think, like me and Matt were just talking here a little bit ago, or Matt and I were just talking a little bit. April would yell at me for saying me and Matt, or Matt and me. But I and Matt were talking just a little bit ago about the whole concept of there's all these people out here that think they know the best way to live or best way to eat so that you can live to be 100. And ultimately, it comes back to stop eating all the garbage that's processed in a plant and start eating stuff that either you grow or you cook in your own kitchen, and I think
Grow it
you'll
or
be all
you
right.
shoot it.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you break its neck.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I will say I really like German grocery stores, and I've really missed everything. Not everything. A lot of things in America are like super unhealthy, and then if you're going to try to get something healthy, it's like super expensive. And like here, like heavy cream for whatever, right? Even if you get like the heaviest for whipping cream,
Yeah.
you're looking at maybe 12% fat max.
Mm-hmm.
And then you come here and you can get 32%. Like you have options.
Wow.
And like they have, yeah. So like when you make like that Rahmschnitzel, like we had that one day,
Yeah.
like we had regular heavy cream. Here you have like 32% heavy cream, and it makes the meal taste so much better.
Oh yeah.
But like all the stuff's fresh. Like if you don't buy it that day, if you buy like a week out, like you do in America, especially produce, it's going to go bad here.
Yeah.
It doesn't even last a week. Most Germans they shop a day to 3 days max
Yeah.
worth of shopping.
Wow. Because they don't put the preservatives in it. Is that it?
Yeah, they pick stuff fresher. Like in the States, a lot of stuff is picked while it's still green,
Right.
and then it kind of ripens on the way to the market. So you don't get all the full nutritional value, right?
Yeah.
But it's also so it doesn't go bad. Or then we put preservatives in it and stuff. Here, you don't buy like a loaf of bread. I don't even know if they have loaves of bread for sale. Like you go to the bakery, which is sometimes connected to the grocery
Vibe.
store,
Uh
and
huh.
they bake it fresh every day, and you get your bread that day or whatever, and you get your fresh vegetables. And like we made the mistake of getting some vegetables. We didn't eat it for like 5 days and it was bad. Like it's starting to go bad.
Wow.
Um, and the eggs, they keep them on the shelf because they're not like washed off, so they
Mm-hmm.
can stay on the shelf for months.
Yeah.
And they're so dark yellow because the chickens actually get like bugs and like
Yeah. The
there's
yolks.
nutrition in it.
You know,
Yeah, the yolks are
homemade
super
eggs.
yellow.
Yeah. Well, we get eggs from.
It's actually,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think it's actually darker than when I had chickens. It's crazy.
Hmm.
The bugs are better in Germany, I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that's it. I don't know what it is, but they're really dark.
Well, I would imagine the bugs over there are part of the chosen bug race,
Right.
just like the people.
Right.
Oh.
In tiny utopia.
And
Uh-huh.
and actually, I will say because there was a lot of problems with Germany too, with like socialism and different things like that. But like,
Different things like that.
yeah, but like even their version of socialism, I think, is better than our version of democracy because ours is just a fake democracy. But anyway, um, so here, like the honeybee is actually protected. You know how we have all the issues with the honeybees dying off in the States with the Roundup Ready crops and things like that.
Yep.
So they don't allow that kind of stuff to grow here. And then on top of that, like every field they plant, they have to have so many acres of like wildflowers. So they'll like plant a whole section of their farm, and it'll be like sunflowers and thistle and like all these different wild things. So the honeybees have like a protected area to get honey.
Well, you have to have a beautiful field to yodel in.
That's true. That's true.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
while you're waiting for things to grow, you yodel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have? We
I think
should.
the yodel isn't that more of a Swiss thing? That's a Swiss thing. Isn't it?
Nah,
Yeah,
I'm running them all together, Ralph.
Well, yeah. We just like our languages, we run everything together.
Yeah.
My grandmother, which is technically not my grandmother, it's April's grandmother, in Florida, she can yodel.
Okay.
So if we were to call her in one day,
The Sound of Music.
okay.
When whatever Andrews is dancing around in a field of flowers, obviously
Julie.
Julie is dancing around in a field of flowers singing her songs.
Yeah.
I just call that yodeling.
Oh.
Like nobody wants to listen to a musical. It's
Uh-huh.
yodeling.
Yeah. Do you think there are people that like to watch and listen to musicals?
I think they are.
Wow.
Yeah, my sister's one of them.
Oh, I can
It's
see.
gross,
That.
isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's disgusting.
It's part of the New World Order.
Yeah.
It's grosser.
Well, we probably should move on before our two viewers stop listening. Do we have any viewers today?
We do. We have a couple.
Okay. Well, actually, this has been kind of lighthearted, getting back with Ralph to see what's going on in Germany, and
Yeah, and Minnie.
so it's been good.
We actually have 5 viewers right now.
Okay. Do our viewers have any comments or
Any comments
thoughts?
from our viewers? Anything about Artemis?
See,
Yeah.
they're all listening because they want to know about life in Europe. You see? And you've been giving it a hard time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to just hear about how you guys, if there were some kind of apocalyptic event, you would all die.
Yeah.
Normally I would just get my bread today. Their socialism's awesome. Here is your food today.
Yeah.
This is what you
Did
may
they have-
eat today.
They have over 440,000 miles of hiking trails with apple trees and pear trees and cherry trees and boysenberries. You could live off the land here, I'm telling you.
David Miller, I stopped listening a while ago. I stopped. Then how did you know to chime in and say that you stopped listening, dork face? She still is. Oh.
That's funny.
So basically, you're growing up on a giant playground where they feed you that day. That's what
Yeah.
I'm putting together here.
Yeah. You are.
It's pretty nice.
It's nice,
Yeah.
Ralph.
Pretty nice.
It's nice. So, have you had a chance, Ralph, to check out any of the early, like Luther stuff, or is there any places where you've gone, like with any theological significance there?
So this time, not so much. Last time I actually led tours for Luther, the 30 Years' War, and Dietrich Bonhoeffer.
Okay.
So I do plan on revisiting some of those places.
Okay.
This time, only thing I learned about, so I went to Prague uh, 2 weekends ago with my wife, and when I was in the town square, there is a statue that's of this guy, and it looks like all the people around him are kind of melting. And we actually did like one of the free tours there, and I don't remember the guy's name. I have it written down, but so before Martin Luther did the Reformation, this guy was in Prague, and he was really mad about the same issues, and he confronted the Catholic Church at the time, and he told them that it wasn't right for them to take money to forgive people's sins. So they arrested him and they took him down to Rome, and they said, "Hey, you're either going to get burned alive, or you're going to go back and tell everybody that the Catholic Church is right, right?" And he refused to change his mind. So they burned him alive, and they made this statue there, and this is in the middle of Old Town Square. But I was actually going to look for like a biography on him or something, because he seems like a really interesting character.
You don't have any idea his name, right? You don't have a thought.
I can tell you if I look it up right now. I can tell you.
That's really interesting. That doesn't have anything to do with the song "Old Town Road," does it? Because you said
I think it does. Yeah.
I'm going to take my horse to the Old Town Road.
Yeah. Well, didn't he say it was Old Town Square or something that they took him to burn him?
I thought he was going to talk about a maypole.
Oh, every town in Europe pretty much has like an old city, and in the middle of that, where the market is the Old Town Square. So it's like Old City, Old Town Square.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So is the Catholic Church still fairly strong in Europe and Germany there?
So in Bavaria, yes, it's the strongest. That's the number one religion in Bavaria. In Prague, which I know it's not very far away, but it was all under communist rule, right? So that there's a lot of atheists. So Prague itself is over 50% atheist.
Wow.
So Jan Hus, Janhus, is the name of the guy.
Okay.
So I'm actually I'm excited to learn a little about the guy. I bet it's an interesting story, his life.
How do you spell his last name again?
Hus.
Hus. So Hughes.
So like Jan, like Jan,
Yeah.
and Hus.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's an easy name.
So my wife says, Germany sounds lovely, Ralph. Thanks for sharing. And my dad says, I do not want to know about life in Europe. They can keep their socialism.
Oh. We love you, Ralph.
With their
cool.
with their trails and their hiking.
So does Maverick Wheels. Now listen, if you go to some of these places, like these martyrdom places, do you find like there are a lot of tourists that go there, or since a lot of these places are largely atheists, are they just like places like here in the United States where they just want to tear it down and pretend like it's not part of history anymore?
No, I think the socialism of Europe is really good because they don't want to remove history like the capitalists in the USA do. No, that was just for Matt's dad.
I'm not sure. I'm not even sure what you said there, so I just went over my head.
He says it's a capitalist that want to remove history. Is that what you said, Ralph?
No,
because majority rules in capitalism. Pretty much.
It would be corporatism. This is corporatism, not true capitalism.
Okay.
But whatever, you left this country to go over there and high
No,
contrails.
no.
Yodel
I'm
infused.
just giving you a hard time. No, I will say that they are much more about respecting the old stuff that's here. So like Prague, because I was there a couple weeks ago, I can mention it. Even the guy who led our tour was very atheist. Like you, like didn't hide it at all. But we ended up touring like some Jewish synagogues, some cathedrals, and like he was very well versed on like the history of it
Hmm.
and the role that the religion impacted the the people that built it and these different things like that. So they don't like to necessarily erase history, even if they don't agree with it. Um, so to answer your question, Brian, like when I did the Luther tours, when I did like uh, the 30 Years War tours and all these different things, there was actually quite a few people that were interested in like doing the same kind of things. Um, some of them were Americans, but there was a lot of European people there too, because I think they own their history a little bit more than maybe we do. But we
Gotcha.
have a shorter history, so it's hard to say that, you know?
I hear you. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, one of my thoughts was too. I don't know if anybody is familiar with a guy by the name of Alan Watts. Have you heard of him?
Hum a
I
few
haven't.
bars.
You could look him up on YouTube, but he's kind of a part of the New Age spiritualist movement.
Okay.
And I caught a video of his, and I just wanted to see what it was talking about, because he was like, most people don't understand that their Bible is corrupt by the Catholic Church. So he had this discussion, and he had really no proof text. He had no
He wasn't trying to use First Timothy to talk about First
no,
Timothy.
he wasn't. He wasn't.
That's good.
But he was trying to say that our Bible is really just a compilation of what the higher powers in the Catholic Church and the early church people wanted us to know and understand, and they've been hiding from us this thing that Jesus knew. And this thing that Jesus knew is that he could tap into his own inner Christ consciousness, which is this New Age spiritualist thing. And so he began floating that whole concept of, that people, if they would just, understand that they are God themselves. And then he quoted the scripture, I think it's in John, where Jesus, talking to the Pharisees, says, have you never read in the scriptures that I called you gods? I said that you are gods. And we could talk about that here in a few minutes if we want, but that he wasn't saying that they were gods. He said that little g, but the concept is that we're all spiritual beings. But this guy, of course, was trying to tap into the Christ consciousness, or say that people could tap into the Christ consciousness and do and be, everything that Jesus was. So let's just
So this guy, sorry,
go ahead.
I was going to say, so this guy that you're talking about said we shouldn't trust the Bible because it's been skewed by Catholicism, and then he uses a Bible verse to prove that.
He did.
Wait, did you watch last
Okay.
week's show, Ralph?
No.
Oh, you would have loved last week's show.
Yeah, we had a good old boy on here.
We had a good old boy who said that the Bible is actually the tool of the Antichrist.
It is.
It's an idol.
Yeah, it's an idol.
Yeah. And he...
Well, I bet you the Bible is the tool of the Antichrist.
Well, he didn't actually say it's a tool, Matt. He said it was the Antichrist,
okay.
right?
All right.
It was the mark of the beast.
It was the mark of the beast.
It was the mark of the beast.
Oh, yeah, I don't agree with that. But you know that Satan's going to use Scripture to serve his purposes. There's no
sure.
doubt about that. So that part's probably true,
Sure.
that it's a tool of the Antichrist.
Yeah.
Just like...
So anyway, the reason I
sorry.
throw this up is because this Alan Watts guy is just like any other guru who's trying to help people see that they're their own gods. So this self, attaining to godness or, deity. But here's my thought. Like, as we look at this whole moon thing, like Matt's talking about, we're planning on, going to the moon again and all this stuff. We were just talking about this earlier. It seems like there is a cycle that happens in human nature.
Yes.
And this cycle is coming back around to where it almost looks like it's apocalyptic.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll move into another phase, and maybe we won't. Maybe the end will come. But my thought is this: when Matt was bringing this point up earlier, before I think we were online, that you look at Israel, they were doing really good, and then they went south, and then they were doing really bad, and then they got back up and turned to God and all that stuff. I think the difference here, though, today is that the world is not seeking God. They're seeking to be their own God. And even the church is seeking for some kind of earthly goodness or kingdom.
Answer.
Yeah. And I think this is where, like, the end is coming. This is my opinion, obviously, but I think this is where the end is coming.
This is where God says, okay, you're going to need judgment.
Yeah, because there's nobody really turning back.
Right.
There's nobody going, hey, we probably should repent here. And even when we say we should repent, most of us, I don't know. There's just no real, like, to be honest, we're soft compared to
Decadent.
to the people of,
Decadent.
100, 150 years ago, the Christians that were after God.
Yeah. People used to poop in jars in their houses.
Yeah, if they had to.
It's terrible. Right. Like, we're so soft.
I know.
Like, right now, if the internet goes out, we're singing the blues. My kids, what's the internet?
Right. So, Ralph, I don't know what the vibe is over there in Germany, but I think here in the United States,
It sounds like it's mostly atheists in Germany.
it does sound like that.
Germany as a whole might be more atheist. Bavaria is very, very Catholic. So while it's still not correct, it's at least a religion.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rest of Germany is pretty Lutheran or Protestant. But I would bet you that atheism is still probably the number one. I don't know. That might be something to look up. You got Google, right? Jamie, look it up.
You don't have Google in Germany?
I do, but I'm on the phone. I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not
gotcha.
the computer guy. That's
Gotcha.
Jamie.
Who's Jamie?
Okay. Yeah.
You ever watched who's that one guy that used to be a fighter? The comedian.
Oh, Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan. Yeah.
Joe Rogan. Jamie's his computer guy.
What are we looking up?
The religious breakdown of Germany.
Okay, well, before I pull a Joe Rogan spot here real quick, just real thought on this kind of attaining to godship or, deity in our culture. So do you think then it's time for us as Christians to finally get serious and just literally sell out and just begin telling people that they need Jesus and, like, get serious about maybe being a part of the 144,000 who preach the gospel around the whole world? Like, I know that we've preached this and we talk about going and making disciples and Jesus told us we should, but as a church, I don't know that people are selling out to do that. Like, they're not giving up everything. Paul talks about it in Colossians. We were studying this Wednesday that he suffered for the benefit of the Colossian people. He was suffering to fill up all the afflictions that were lacking in Christ. And not that Christ lacked afflictions, but that these afflictions were what was filling up the body so that Christ might be, fulfilled in the body of Christ. And we're not doing that. So isn't it time? Like, it's almost like Revelation says, I need 144,000 people to go preach the gospel because nobody else is doing it. And I think, like, I've just been thinking to myself, I want to be a part of that. I'm not saying I have to be a part of the 144,000, but if I go out, I'd like to go out swinging. Like, I'm tired of this shallow Christianity where we go to church on Sunday and we have a podcast thing where a couple people watch and we do our thing week in and week out, but we're not seeing lost people found and seeing people's lives really transformed. And I really am kind of sick of that. It makes me want to vomit in my mouth.
So, what exactly are you sick of, Brian?
I'm sick of just being a part of the establishment that just does stuff but isn't really out there, in the thick of it, reaching people for Christ and seeing their lives transformed. And I don't feel like I'm not trying to do that. I think I am trying to do that, but I feel like it's falling on deaf ears. So there's a part of me that says I just want to run somewhere and find somebody that'll listen to the gospel.
So the only reason I asked is because I think I've had this conversation with you a bunch, and I'm always concerned for you.
Just come on. Tell me.
because it's easy to get frustrated when you don't see fruit from your labor, and when like if you feel like you are making an effort for God and trying to share his word, his life, his life changing message, and all these different things, because it's falling on deaf ears. It's not your job to make people listen. It's the Holy Spirit's job. You're just supposed to speak and do and act. So I guess I'm saying it because I don't want you to get discouraged. And we are living in times where people are choosing to ignore God, and you might be a voice crying in the wind. No one may ever listen to anything. Doesn't mean you shouldn't do it or get discouraged. That's all. I don't know.
I
I
accept
do worry
that.
about you.
I hear that. I
Yeah.
accept that. And I don't.
Don't get frustrated.
Well, I think in the frustration though, it's not turning me away. It's making me to
Yeah,
want
don't turn away from the faith like a Jehovah Witness who found out he's in a cult.
to. Right. Right. Yeah. No, I don't feel that. I don't know. I guess. And again, I don't want to feel like I'm trying to make something happen. Like me and Matt were having that discussion earlier. Is that a lot of times today everybody's like, well, I got to fix this. I got to fix this. Well, I guess what you just said, Ralph, is that we can only preach the gospel and live the life that God's called us to live, and then God's got to do the rest. So I can't fix anybody or anything.
Yeah.
So I get
I
it.
just I remember being really, really young, and I went to Parkland Congregational Church, and we had this pastor that was there who had like a heart for God, like you do, and he he preached there for a long time, but he like the church was dead. Like
Reverend
my
Zeller.
dad went to the huh? Yes, you remember
Reverend,
him?
yeah, he used to come visit my grandparents and my grandma and well my pap, but my grandma went to that church after my pap died.
He was a great
He
pastor, and he
was
left.
yeah, like you
Sorry,
were
go ahead.
talking about the compassion thing. Like he would actually come over and visit my grandma and pap, sit with them and
Wow.
talk with them and just talk about Jesus and just listen to them. Like he really was probably one of the only people I've seen who you could tell he just filled that role. Like
He was a
that's what he
shepherd.
wanted to do that day.
Gotcha.
Like that's he woke up to go do that today.
Wow.
Yeah, he was really great, but they pretty much wore him out down there, right, Ralph?
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember, like, I was a kid when this happened, and I never remember going to the service and hearing him say, like, pretty much in front of the whole church that he failed, that he wanted to like get people to seek God and to like love him and like give everything for him, and he felt like he failed as a pastor because he couldn't get the people to like to almost have like a not reformation, what's the word I'm looking for, revival, right?
Yeah.
He couldn't like get this life to come into the church, and he felt like it was his responsibility, his shortcoming. And as far as I know, he quit preaching altogether. I don't know about that, but I know he said he was leaving the church because of that. And I remember as a kid being like shocked because I thought he was the best pastor I'd ever, at that time, had ever had
Wow.
dealt with, And so my point is, Brian, not to reminisce on something from my childhood, but I do worry when you talk sometimes that you're putting too much on yourself, because it really is the Holy Spirit's job to change hearts and lives. It's your job just to be obedient. So don't get frustrated. That's my
Well,
point.
I almost think that like so we try and come up with these programs, we try and come up with these ideas, we try and come up with things, and like all you do is frustrate yourself
Yeah.
because they always turn into dust in your hands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like probably what we ought to do is realize that the world's more like Noah, where we're building a boat and everybody's down there having fun and laughing at us. And we can be like, hey, why don't you stop by later? Bring the kids. We'll talk about Jesus. And they're like, shut up.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I think everybody is.
Yeah.
You can, listen, you can share. You can say, this is what I believe.
Right.
But you can almost watch it ding off their forehead,
Yeah.
for the most
Right.
part.
Right.
I've been talking to my neighbor across the street a little bit because he has this pastor friend that he's also been talking to, and we've been talking about like he is really feeling like, oh my gosh, this could be like an end times. And even when I say like the Bible says these things, this is human nature. Like, it isn't even that the Bible says the end is coming. Right. The Bible just says that what we see happening is human nature, and why we need a Bible and why we need a Savior just dings right off the forehead. Just like, yeah, that's really cool, man. I'm glad you got something like that. You know, it's like, okay, all right.
Well, that's well received. I get it. I hear it. I just it hurts. Well, I don't know if it hurts, like, because I know how wretched I am, and I know how much I need the Lord more than the guy sitting next to me. And I'm not just talking about Matt, but no matter where I'm at, I need the Lord just as much, if not more. And I get that. But I was talking to April the other day, and I said, here's the thing I look at, like this thing we're supposed to be doing, this church thing, like I've really got to somehow differentiate in my head, because I'm not trying to build some kind of organization. I'm not even trying to build the church. Christ will build his church. Like, I'm just here to deliver a message.
You have to have a mentality of a weatherman.
And love. Oh, yeah, almost, yeah.
You have to have, like, I'm probably going to be wrong today.
Yeah. Right. Because I told April the other day, I said, here's the thing I've concluded. Today in our culture, the gospel is not enough. It has to be the gospel plus a good children's program, or the gospel plus good worship, or the gospel
good
plus
parking.
Or the gospel plus a good book that I need to read alongside with it. Whatever it is, I need the gospel plus something else, and the gospel is all there is.
Right.
There's nothing else but the gospel.
Maybe you should become a missionary.
I don't know.
He said last time you went to
Not big on
Mount
spiders.
Vernon, you said you were going to go
Africa. Well, I actually would like to go to Israel, because I feel like the Jewish people want me to really, mess with their olive oil.
No, because
hear me out there,
Brian.
Huh?
I said, hear me out there, Brian. What I'm hearing you say, and I could be wrong, but like I hear that's like first world problems. That's a Western culture problem.
Yeah.
Like Christianity in America is very different than Christianity in like Asia or Christianity in Africa. Like if you go to a country or a region that Christians are dying because they're Christians, they're not going to care about children's programs. They're going to care about the gospel, right?
Yeah.
So maybe you should go someplace there if that's what your heart's telling you. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe you should go somewhere where you'll be murdered for your faith.
Or how
is that a bad thing, Matt?
How about I just...
No. In fact, the Bible says that we're going to suffer in his name, Ralph. It's just when you say it out loud, it sounds humorous.
Yeah. How about I just stay here and wait a couple years?
That's what I think. I was going to say that myself. I think maybe you're just being geared up for what's coming here.
Maybe. Because
we are not going to be able to believe what we believe. Our president yesterday gave a speech that said, if you're MAGA, if you're making America great again, if you are a conservative, those crazy type Republicans, you are a fascist and against democracy. That basically is a statement of war.
Right.
Okay, so either now he is a liar and wrong, or we are wrong and liars. Mm-hmm. And when you start to throw down that kind of stuff, he is the leader of our country, throwing statements down like that, and we see where the world is going, where we want to call pedophiles maps.
Yes. Because
pedophile is derogatory.
Yeah.
It really is the mean way of saying minor attracted person.
Right.
And if it, like, you're really getting into a place now where you're saying you're with us or against us.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I don't think there's going to be room for the Christians soon.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Because even though it appears that when they say conservative, they're talking about radical people, they're going after the radical things that those people are after, and that's like abortion,
right?
Certain things like Christian rights, like homosexuality, transgender, right. And that eventually will go, well, if you're a Christian and you believe what Jesus said about those things, well, you're a part of that too.
Right.
Yeah. So
this is what I'm saying. I think we'll find ourselves there soon enough. I mean, we're really trying to build mini China here. Mm-hmm. So
it's coming. Yeah. Ralph, it's been forever since we talked to you, so it's been good getting to just kind of catch up on everything.
Yeah, it's It's been a little hectic. We still haven't gotten all of our stuff, so I'll try to make it when I can. It's like the end of the workday when you guys meet for me.
Yeah. Hey, are you still? Remember years ago we said that if something strange happens, you were going to like send a vibe out. Now that was because your sister and your mom were still here, and I think you wanted me to at least get word to them that something was going down. Are you still planning to do that?
Just wink. Just wink into your phone.
Just wink into your phone.
Did you see?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we got it.
We saw it. I can't remember what the code was, though. You'll have to send me the code. Because nobody's going to watch it or see it.
You definitely, Brian, would make a terrible FBI or CIA agent or NSA. You would be horrible at this. Hey, listen. That guy over there is a spy, but don't say anything.
Well, the other day April and I went for a walk, and she's wearing flip-flops. And, I mean, it was so loud, like you could have woke up the whole neighborhood, right? And I'm like, listen, if we ever go on assignment to, like, sneak up on somebody, you either can't come or you got to wear tennis shoes because this is not going to work. This is as loud as I'll get out.
Yeah. But that person will already know because you sent them a letter saying that you're coming.
That's true.
Yeah.
They will. Yeah. Just so everybody knows, too, I'm getting a new security system for my home this week.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Make sure you tell everyone.
All right.
Catch no one by surprise.
And
Are you going to change the pin?
no, it'll be the same pin. So if you need that, you can use that. But also, just so everybody knows, it only comes with 8 sensors, and I have 12 windows. So there'll be at least 4 windows that won't have a sensor on them. So if you want to use one of those windows, you can use that one.
But to make it challenging, they're going to be on the second floor.
Yeah, correct. Correct.
Is the pin still the default 1, 2, 3, 4?
No. It's 5 4 times.
5 4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really good. And we will have a motion sensor in the house, but by the time you get in there and slice our throats, because I have it on a 30 to 60 second delay. So by the time you get in there and actually kill us, then it'll go off, and then you can get out.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, all right. I'm glad we could talk about encouraging things today.
I think today was fun.
Yeah, it was good. It was just kind of laid back Friday.
It was laid back.
Yeah.
Did we actually talk about anything that mattered? I don't remember.
I'm encouraging people to go check out our space program. I really am.
Oh, okay.
It's embarrassing.
That matters.
Yeah. And I'm encouraging people to do some research on Juan Hus.
Jan
Hus.
Hus.
Jan Hus? Is that
Yeah, I'm actually pretty. Yeah, it would be Jan, and then I guess Hus. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I'm actually pretty excited to. There's a book from the library I have on my Kindle list to borrow. So.
And then the further study, Martin Luther, you're going to need to read The Jews and Their Lies.
Uh-huh. Yeah. It's light reading.
Riveting.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, we probably should get out of here.
We should get out of here.
Before we ruffle any more feathers on the space program.
Do you think we got? Do you think we have listeners who are involved in the space program?
You never know.
Huh.
Moles are everywhere.
Moles. You would know because you would point them out as soon as you saw them.
I would.
Hey, guy who I know works for the Secret Service.
Yeah.
Are you still going to send me that code if bad things happen to the president?
Yeah. Well, that's why I get so frustrated watching all these documentaries because all the people are like, well, I saw some stuff, but I can't say anything about it. And the whole documentary is like that.
Yeah.
And you get to an hour and a half later, you get to the end, and you go, I don't know anything more than I knew when I started watching this thing.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, listen, just to recap. So Germany is 29% Catholic, Roman Catholic, 27% Protestant. Looks like 4% Muslim, 1.9% Orthodox Christian, and then 37.7% other, which I'm going to lump that as atheist.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Or at least agnostic. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're looking at almost 40% of the country.
Okay.
Or nuns.
It's more Catholic than I thought. I thought there was more Protestants here.
Well, it looks like they're pretty evenly divided.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking the German Catholicism would like be still back in Vatican I, right?
Vatican One, is that like a
That's the old like Orthodox
Star
Catholic.
Wars reference or
No,
something?
that would be Orthodox Christian.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ah, Vatican I would be like old school Catholic.
yeah.
Huh.
Or Russian Orthodox. Orthodox.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. They do Christmas in January.
This ad.
This guy in his underpants.
This guy, he's confident
You gotta
because
keep
he's
a fresh
got
layer. Keep
real
shit
fit.
dry all day.
That's nice.
It's those are Depends.
yeah.
That's
These are
men's.
great commercials.
Those are men's diapers.
While we're, yeah,
Well, that is the what do you call it? The target demo
yeah.
for people who are looking up the religion of Germany.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is just true. Yeah. So we've made it.
We made it.
All right, don't forget about men's conference coming up the end of September. It's the last Friday of September, the first Saturday of October.
Everything is going so fast.
So yeah, it is. It's flying. So that's like not even a month away.
No, it's not even a month away. I got to do this music thing.
Yeah. So gentlemen, you need to get there. Not because it's going to be some kind of big special event, because we just talked about this. It's nothing special. We're just going to talk about what it means to really sell out and follow Jesus as a man, and what that looks like in our faith. So I think it'd be a good thing for you guys to come. So I would say get on the website, sign up, and get there. Make sure you have time to get there. Ask your wife if she would kindly do some of your chores and maybe take care of the kids that day or something.
Can you clean the gutters while I'm at men's conference?
Yeah, maybe mow the grass.
Yeah. Why don't you make yourself useful?
Yeah, maybe change the
I'm
oil.
gonna learn how to be a man. Why don't you make yourself useful?
And if you eat a lot of soy, maybe you have to ask your wife for permission to go.
Yes. Well, we do plan to have some soy products here that day for the conference.
Perfect. All right, Ralph. Good talking to you. Good yakking with everybody out there in the world.
Always.
Have a good weekend.
Peace out, yo. Are you allowed to say that? Is peace out, yo, good or bad?
It's kind of
Go ahead. You
gutter
finish out.
talk for. Well, we got an error report.